Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stalker. Should be episode 98. We spent the night in the mine, and we're kind of assessing what we have and what we don't have. These MREs need to go downstairs with us. We got a whole bunch of pies to help us do the heavy lifting. We need to replace this apparatus here. I think we're. What do we need? We have a need to make a bow, and we need to make a couple of arrows. Did we bring our stuff to make those arrows or not? I can't remember. We have 3 simple arrows there, 4, almost 5. Okay. Not as bad as I thought. But we definitely need to fix this, or repair it, or make a new one, whatever you want to say. Drop that. And I think we have cabin fever. Everyone's favorite affliction. So I think we're going to go outside. There's a garage close by that's got that. I think what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to get this bow replaced. And we've got another bow down, or a maple down to do a bow, that is. So let's go sneak over here. And while it's early in the day, let's go take care of getting this bow replaced, because we're going to need the ability to defend ourselves again. Because I think the next step, besides taking these MREs down to the lower level, which we can drop those off at the elevator shaft. I think there's a workbench over here we can use. Yes, right here. Oh, and a soda.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Well, if they do, they're going to miss out. 'Cause we need a tasty grape-flavored beverage. All right, we brought everything we need. We got our knife. Crafting. Yes. We need to do crafting. We probably could have done it a little longer than half an hour. My hope is that we can save all those saplings that we got on our last little trek. Those will be cured, and we can take those down, and we can do some of this, because I think you can cancel out of that, and well, it'll help spend some time, regardless, even if we can't cancel out of it. Another hour, I think we can get away with that. And then once we get the bow made, we'll take a look at the arrow situation, and let's go ahead and get a drink while we're. And then what I'd like to do is take up that suggestion for the preppers pies. We need to go find the ingredients, so um, that's our next step here. Let's get this done so we have proper bow. There we go. Plenty of fire there. Okay. Take the jerky here. Fuse. Okay. I could hear the howl, but I don't know how close they are. These wolves respawn quickly, which is quite unique. It's like you got to get rid of them sometimes, but is it really worth all the effort? Let's see here. Food, that's what I want to do. In fact, let's leave a couple of those behind there too. And if I switch, I have 10 fire hardened arrows and 5 regular arrows. One of them's about ready to fall apart. Okay. Did I bring that other sapling? I don't think I did. All right. Maybe we need to go over to the camp. Grab those. But yeah, we're in the wrong spot. Out this door, where it says exit. Billy.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna.
Are you going to eat a tree, Astrid? Is that what it is? I'm recording this on Sunday, the 22nd, and I spent most of my day Saturday recording 3 1.5 hour episodes. So 4.5 hours of the silent misery that I've got running on Tuesdays. And I just want you to know, it's so nice to be able to hear the game again. Even the crows sound okay. And they drive me crazy. We had a fun time with that. I actually played an hour and a half longer to record an extra episode because I was having such a good time playing that and had such a raucous adventure going that I couldn't put it down. I had to keep going. So hopefully everybody else enjoys it as much as I did. It's really nice to be able to hear the game again. I know some of the things we need are going to be hard to find in some places. We need acorns. We need burdock, which I may leave Murdoch here. He's been hanging out with us. I don't talk to him about it much. So if you're a newer person, you'd have to go back into some of the archives. We have a burdock root here that he's our mascot, and Buddy. We call him Murdoch. I might have to leave him here so I know which one is which. It's kind of just a running joke that, we had our version of Wilson with him and that, so he just kind of became a thing for a little while. And then I kept him, and I've made sure I haven't hunted him, cut him up, or anything. I feel much better about this. All right, tell you what, buddy, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. You have been a great companion, but I need you to stay here at camp and guard all of our booty. Got to keep all of the nonsense out. Okay. See, I thought we had. Yeah, we're close. We have arrows in here. Just take it all. Just take all of it. And we don't need all of that. We can leave that behind. We'll drop the tools. I don't know necessarily I meant to bring those this way, but we don't need to be carrying these around with what we're doing. I think we'll leave this here. This will be like our emergency backup. All right. If you can keep this up here, can you? It's acting funny. There's such odd collisions here. There you go, bud. Now you have a bow. You can defend this place. Okay, so we got that's fine. Yeah, spray paint's okay. We need to do repairs. We know that because we were foolish. We're not wearing that, are we? Okay, we'll drop that. Oh, we did get some leather, didn't we? 18 minutes. I'm gonna repair this. It's in the yellow. We don't want to lose our satchel. Good job. Good job, Astrid. Yeah, we need to repair this. How are... Sorry about that. You got a frog in my throat here. Okay, 87, 87. We got some more down here. Okay, so maybe by tomorrow, maybe these might be close to being done. We can... I know it's talking about doing repairs in there, but that hat is getting... Well, all of it's getting bad. Oh, that's right. We were going to repair the gloves. Here, before I lose this. Before these disappear. Oh, we got glimmer fog. Thanks, glimmer fog. Okay. I'm still not going to wear them. We need to find some more leather. Here comes the music. If I can keep my throat clear, that would be nice. Okay, I don't think we need the hacksaw. I was thinking we need it, but... You know, we should bring one or the other. In case we see more saplings. So, okay. Let's go back up this way.
I could eat a horse.
Oh, we ain't gonna be able to see
Same
anything.
because I love horses.
I was considering going out of the region, actually. I was thinking about going to Vale Station, Transfer Pass. And the reason for that is I know I can get acorns there. There's a ton of oak trees there. And I don't know if there's any burdock over there, but eat that. Eat that. Didn't want to go wandering around in the fog. But we could go to Vale. And at least follow the railroad tracks for that. Well, we were thinking about doing it anyway, so. We know we can get acorns over there. What else did we need for a prepper's pie? I'm standing precariously in a bad spot. Prepper's pie. We need reishi, we need acorns, and we need burdock. Actually, I'm quite intrigued by to do this with the cabin fever thing because um was hanging out in Toasty's stream and somebody mentioned that with the pies and he was talking about it as well, and it'd be nice to kind of maybe test this because doing this little nonsense of doing too greedy too deep and staying, I think it's 20 days. I have to look up the thing before we start, but it's a good amount of time underground. We can't do anything, so it's going to make for absolutely riveting television. The videos are going to be extremely exciting. Because once cabin fever kicks in, it's going to be tough. Um, I don't know how I'm going to play that yet. That might be a very good candidate for an edited video. I don't normally edit content down to smaller chunks, but that might be a good one. Where if we have long periods of just like we're just basically just standing there, um, I could always speed up the footage. Run it at like 4 or 5 times speed in those segments where we're just kind of passing time without actually passing time. Or you're just stuck with just grinding it out. You could always just in editing and post. This is why we didn't want to run around. Okay, as long as you're behind me, I don't care. Ran away. Oh, shush. You guys are such a pain. You're so snarly. Probably all those pies. It's probably not helping me any. No, this will get them. They won't come into this. They will avoid this. We should be avoiding this, but oh well. Now, see, there could be all kinds of goodies over there, and I wouldn't even know it. Stupid fog. Stupid glittery snow. No yawning, young lady. We have lots to do today. It would be an interesting little addition to this, and I know there's lots of things that Interlink could add and everything, but what might have been curious is here in the ZOC and in the DLC as a whole, there is that got me. There is this glimmer fog thing here. Oh, here we go. Here's some oaks. Maybe we won't have to go all the way. All right, you know what? Okay. Are we okay? Ah. We got chemical poisoning being attacked by a wolf. That's what it was. That is such a weird thing. That the timing on it was so close that it didn't know what to do. So, all right. I was hoping we wouldn't have to leave the area. I was kind of hoping we'd find some. And I thought I'd seen some over here, but one can never be sure. So let's get all these acorns over here without having to go to transfer path. Maybe we'll get us some of the other ingredients. Now, we may still have to go because we need the burdock and the mushroom. But it's nice to find these here. No, it'd probably be worth my time to keep this out. Can't see a thing. I'm wandering around in the fog. Well, at least we're finding a nice assortment of them. If that isn't a creepy picture. You see the green fog and the light in the background and the trees. That doesn't scream inviting. I don't know what does. And that howling noise. Yeah, here's some rose hips. Do we have any mushrooms over here? Nope. Maybe we'll duck in the transfer pass anyway, because we need these ingredients to make this. I really like to test this out. I have not had the privilege of testing this as an idea. Don't do a ton of cooking, and now that it's like come up in other places, this would be a great way to test it. The other thing is when do you take them? Do you take them before it sets in, or after you've gotten cabin fever and then it shakes it off? This will be interesting to find out. See what it says when we make them.
God, I'd eat anything right about now.
Oh, Astrid, I can't tell you how much I've missed your voice. All right. Have one of those. Probably have to give you something to drink too. Don't sweat it, Bunny Rabbit. I'm not after you. I'm here for the vegetation like you are. The fog is lifted. This makes this easier to hunt these things down. I just hope we can find the burdock. Did we bring anything to dig up burdock? Maybe the hatchet will work. Maybe the knife will work. I don't know. Usually use the pry bar, but maybe the hatchet will work. coal and the coal chute if we need it. Welcome to Vale Station. And the transfer path. I put myself in a precarious situation. Not as bad as I thought it did. Ooh, I do see something of a great importance right over there. Let's go ahead and head that way. I see saplings and they look like maple. We could use that. Not what we came for, but we'll definitely take advantage of it. I know there's oak trees here, so we should be able to get more acorns. The question mark will be is whether or not there's any mushrooms or burdock. Hello, friend. We have plans for you. Do we need ptarmigans? I don't think we do. I think we let them be. I kind of like the idea that we're having a need to go hunt this stuff down. Like, normally with Stalker, don't worry about acorns and things like that. You're not in need of the food the way you are in, like, Misery or Interloper. Well, if anything, we're going to have acorns in abundance. I think the biggest thing is going to be the burdock. Mushrooms might be a little tricky. I forgot there was a cave up here. I don't know if we've been in this cave or not. Let us go find out. Feed water cave.
It's getting dark out here.
Oh, look. Somebody left us a mushroom. We needed that. Cloth.
I think I can use this.
Tell you what, why don't you just eat that? How are we doing on water? We can take that too. Tell you what, we'll take the water. I'll leave the rest. I love when they give you like 3 rose hips. It's so cool. Like, guy was hoarding his last 3 rose hips. Alright. And because we're going to forget. Oh. Can't tag from a mile away. You have to tag closer up. So 10 episodes from now when I'm going, oh, have we been in this cave? I can walk up there and go, yes, we have been in this cave. I think it's a really good use for things like the spray paint, and I wish we could do more. I wish we could use the charcoal to mark on the walls and stuff when spray paint isn't available. when you play these long runs and like with this, I got one recorded last weekend. I'm recording one this weekend. I probably won't get another one recorded till, you know, next weekend or even into next week. And I might do, two or three and then not record for a while. It's nice to leave myself breadcrumbs like that. I'm horrible at notes. So if I can do little silly things and leave visuals, it does make a difference. There are people that keep really, really good notes. Somebody who I am looking forward to her return to doing content creation is Jitwire. Um, I mean, she would write such meticulous notes. She would have like a format for it. And I know there are others like her that are just really good at notes. So my hat's off to those that do that. It's definitely a paradigm shift that I would need to make in order to force myself to start keeping notes and remembering to look at them. All right, we got this acorn thing all going on. Now the hard part's going to be all the other stuff. Now we can go on a wander walk around the backside of the mine again. I don't think we got everything. We might actually be safe because we killed the bear. And we might be able to take advantage of any deer that are back there now. Because we do need a little bit more food. Pretty much harvested the bear and took it down into the mine for that challenge. It didn't leave us a lot of food for other stuff. Not that we're starving, but... we definitely are not hurting for acorn. I knew this was over here. I knew we were going to do well with this. Now we need to find the other stuff. And I don't want to go wandering off into Sundered Pass or go to the Forsaken Airfield and go wandering around just so I can find these things. I didn't mind coming over here. I knew it was fairly close, and then we can make our rounds. And if we can make even a small amount of them just to kind of see, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Looks like mushrooms are in short supply over here. And that's okay. Starting to get cold. And we are heading back. As you can see, Vale Station is right over there, and there's the water tank. Hello, Tarmies. Not going to bother you. Ooh, mushrooms. I'm glad I looked now. Well, this will give us 4. I'm going to jinx myself here, but I'm hoping that the sky isn't showing aurora. I don't hear the sound, but the sky does have a little color to it, but it is sunset. All right, we'll have to double back. But nope, I don't see anything. I thought I'd take another peek. Got lucky with that one little cubby. So now if I look at this, right, we're going to show we have mushrooms. We have to do the acorn grounds, which is going to take the hammer. I don't know where we have a hammer. Let's hope we have a hammer in the mine. You don't know where a hammer is. I forgot. You have to grind. You have to crush the grind. Ah, maybe problematic. Well, I don't know where a hammer is. I didn't leave that as a note, did I? There's no way I could left that. There's the bunkers. They did keep a few notes. Blackrock has rifle cartridges. They didn't keep any kind of hammer notes. It is Stalker. There's a lot more hammers here than in an interloper. There very well could be one floating around the mine somewhere. I just don't know if I've found it and if I've got it laying somewhere I can remember. More than likely, I would have left it at camp, or I would have left it there at the main mine shaft, but...
I need to find food.
Oh, okay. What do we got? I've got this stuff. Here, let's eat one of these, too. We got one left, and you could use a little boost of energy. And we could use to have our bow out. As we go back into the contaminated zone. You know, if you can just not pay attention to the contaminated areas, this is really a pretty zone. I really like this one. Of all the ones in the DLC, this is my favorite. And now that I've done more roaming around in and around it, I like it even more. There are a lot of positives to this place. The wolves are a pain. I will give you that. But that was really pretty going back around that way, and especially over where the bear was, which is, I think that's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to go past the mine. We'll go see if we can find the hammer real quick tomorrow, weather permitting, maybe. And we'll go around that way. I got to remember to bring a bedroll just in case, because it's the whole reason why we're walking back, because we don't have a way to sleep. So maybe we can get an early start tomorrow. And we'll take the bedroll. And I would say, by the way the clock is running, we'll probably have to sleep in that one of those caves back on the backside there. But we can drop off all these acorns. Don't mind that your arms are glowing. Everything is fine now. Nothing to be concerned about. Did we ever get Old Man's Beard going? Did we get that fixed? I just noticed it, and I remember we had some entanglement. While it's there in front of me. Not the best shot, but at least the outcome was what I wanted. A little out of practice. Oh, look at all these gaggles. Got to be the pies, the ptarmigan pies that I've got in my hip pocket. I mean, look at them. There's two there. That one, I just killed one. I don't want to burn up all my arrows. Just let this guy follow me. He'll give up. There's another contaminated area up here. Y'all need a hobby, you know? Maybe you need to relocate. Maybe you need to go on vacation. You're awfully grouchy. I hear Hush River Valley's really nice this time of year. Lots of camping. You can do some, some hiking. Yeah. Let's see, this will piss him off, and he won't be able to cut through here. It's sad. Your one salvation is to poison yourself. So I don't know if we'll go up this way tomorrow and go check that little cubby first. I guess we could, because we can cut through that little mine and it'll dump out over here. Guess it wouldn't hurt. Alright, Esther, we're almost home. Sleep on the one that has a blanket. Why not? We made a whole bunch of them for no reason. Okay, so right now, drop those. Harvest this. We don't want to prepare the mushrooms, but we do have to do the acorns. But I think I'm gonna just wait on that. Okay. So get a drink. All right. We got an insomnia risk. Again with this. Just because I left the area to get away from this doesn't mean you have to do a duplication. All right, let's go in here. Drop off these saplings. Okay, what's going on with... I'm going to take the pry bar just in case. I would hate to find that burdock and then find out I can't take it because Ooh, that looks scrumptious. Look, there's only a little bit of mold on that piece and a couple of green spots. Nor the brown spots. And it's still 77% good. Take a bottle of water. Well, this wasn't the weather I was hoping for. Or a chemical. We are just tearing the hell out of those things. Ooh, those will be ready to go soon. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. How we go? Okay, yeah, we can take it with us. All right, we may not go that far. I've got a pretty tight schedule for this recording. We have to keep it as close to an hour as we can. Because literally right after this, I've got to set up for the podcast. I normally don't do this, but I've been running behind on recording, so I'm trying to get a little bit of buffer going. Wasn't intending to do 3 huge recordings of the misery run, but it was just too enticing not to. Oh, where are you? Okay, I think you're over there. Oh, you're right there. Okay. Ah, mushrooms. Uh-oh. I drew. Surprised that didn't signal a charge. I think these pies are giving me hell. My bow skills are definitely needing some attention. The uneven ground is not helping. But that's just a really bad excuse. Should still be able to adjust for that. So more practice is needed. Yeah, I really don't want to be wandering around the backside of the mine in all of this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. We'll see if we can't find some more mushrooms. I don't know if burdock would come up here or not. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I think the idea is just to take the remaining time we have and just try to find what we can find.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're going to make it? You sure you don't want to eat a horse or a tree first?
Ow!
Oh, it's right here. Well, we found one. We're getting closer. All right, let's cut across the bridge here. Trying to look at all these like little off the beaten path spaces. Oh, there's a cave over here. Sorry about the cave.
That smarts a bit.
Oh, I know. What would you like me to do? Two beds. Three beds. Well, this is either a hotel, a hostel, or a family home. Buddy, tell me your story. What happened? Where are your compadres?
I'll take it.
I've heard of people doing like challenges where like document bodies found and stuff like that. It sounds like it would be an interesting thing to try, where like you give them a name and a backstory, and what have you. I think that would be interesting to do in a more cooperative thing.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
Also, be an interesting addition to something like Black Frost, where you find these people. You might be able to look at their wallet, and they'll have a name and an address and maybe a little bit of backstory as to where they're from. You know,
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
are you sure? I'm still not sold
I
on
need
this.
to
You're
find
gonna
some
make
place to escape this cold.
that gives us two of those.
That smarts a bit.
And yet again, something we were just recently talking about um, with another content creator by the name of Another Chin. She was talking about some of the more um, doing some more of the whimsical things in the game where you redecorate and do all that stuff. And that's the beauty thing about the game, is that you can do those kinds of things and enjoy this game, not for its survival aspects, but for some of the creative aspects, like the safe house customization and all that stuff. And I think it's really cool that you could literally
Need some
do a
first
thing where
aid
you
soon.
you know you document all the people. You could pretend like you're here from a provisional government, and you're here to document. Now, there's obviously a cave over there. It's the only problem with this fog and the new look. Points out the caves too well. All right, some more mushrooms back here. Uh,
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it. Ow!
How many burdock did we need for one? Now that I'm thinking about it. Peppers. Needed 2. Okay. We can't even make one, not unless we sacrifice poor Murdoch. I don't want to sacrifice Murdoch if I don't have to.
That smarts a bit.
Well, this was definitely the way to go. We have found quite a few mushrooms over here. So now our biggest problem is burdock root. And we're not done looking, so... Like I said, I think if we go around the backside, we should find some more. If not, finding some over here. Let's go by this burnt trailer. I think that's where I'm at. Yep.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
Well, I don't know about first aid. Look like cloth or a note.
Ow! Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
All right, I'm not worried about going into that. That was what I was thinking about doing. We go through there and work our way around. I'm going to go back up this way and head back to the camp. I'm pretty sure where I'm at. So
Ow!
hang in there, Astrid. We're not going to stay in this long. Aim is still a little off. Yeah, that was a good idea. You probably saved your pathetic little life.
That smarts a bit.
Oh, I know it smarts. Should be right down the hill here. Home sweet home. Oh, got a little bit of jitters there with the you know what? Here. Let's just do this. Whoops. That's what I meant to do. All right. Okay, Astrid, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sleep for an hour. And then in the next episode, we'll take a walk towards the other side. But we need to create a stop point here.
So tired.
Well, now you won't be as tired. You'll have had a little power nap. Okay. That'll be our save point. And so in the next episode, we'll keep picking this up. I need to deposit all of these ingredients. So we've got a good start. We need more than anything, we need to find more burdock. I really don't want to sacrifice Murdoch. We don't have to. We're going to leave him on the table over here. He's hanging out and he can hear us, so we don't want to upset him. So with that, yeah. So we'll go walk around the other side, see if we can find some more. Hopefully, we'll find at least. It would be nice if we could find 3 more, and that would give us enough to make 2 batches. And then we'll test this thing with the prepper's pie and see what it does for the cabin fever when we get down into the mine. But with that, we're gonna keep prepping. Hopefully, we can take the new bow. Also, maybe we can find us um, some deer and stuff. Make some more food. But gonna try to get a little closer to getting this started. We've got the bear down there. We've got food. Um, we're ready to rock and roll pretty close. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll do some more harvesting and scavenging and the other side next week. So with that, we'll catch you on the next one.